Welcome to 7 Trumpets Prepper, and in this video today, me and Kevin's going to talk to you about our thoughts of post-election. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Kevin, let him talk first, and then I'm going to kind of add on to the Bible prophecy video I talked about events coming in the near future that we should be keeping our eyes on. So, go ahead, Kevin.
Me and Luke just wanted to take this time to, fill you guys in that, Obama did get re-elected. You know what? The sun came up the next day, the birds are chirping, you're still breathing. But you know what? I seen a price rise on that ammo and those magazines. I seen a price rise on that. And I know if you guys follow a lot of other prepper guys who put videos out there on YouTube, you'll notice that they're telling you, heed the warnings that you see. I also think there's going to be a gun ban coming. I think it will probably fall along the Clinton gun ban, especially with the assault bans, and especially the high capacity mags. I see that one being a big issue. Oh, yeah. And I think that's why a lot of people they're grabbing a hold of that. So I don't know if you want to sit back and be like, oh, we'll be fine, but myself, I'm prepared for it. And heed the warning, guys.
Yeah, and with that said, now, like I've said, and I feel like I just repeat myself all the time, and forgive me, but I'm just trying to stress the point, the RFID chips, I've said it time and time again, and we're 90 days out now, or 120 days, I'm sorry. We're right at about 120 days out, and, this is it, and there's no turning back now. I mean, the ox has left the cart. I mean, I don't know about you, but I just saw it roll off the hillside the other day. I mean, we're on a sinking ship, and with these RFID chips, you're going to see the buying and selling in this country minimized. You're going to see your movements tracked, and I've said it before, do not take one. By all means, avoid this if at all possible. And I really, that for preppers, for those new to prepping, now is the time, if ever before, to start prepping.
You can't make this stuff up. This stuff is written in the Bible. You can't just make this stuff up. We're not fear mongers. We're not trying to, promote fear. We're trying to give you guys that information. That's the reason we have 3 videos on this chip stuff.
Yeah.
We're trying to pass you this information. We're trying to show you these videos, show you, what we see, and we just want you guys to be informed by it.
Yeah, and I totally agree with what Kevin said 100%. We're not on here every day like, oh, check out this gun, and, I would like to just blast somebody for, that. We don't carry on with a bunch of junk like that. It's always something educational and to help save your life. And because, our focus, and I know Kevin's probably on the same page with me on this, is we're not focused on the government. When the 7 trumpets begin to sound, these guys are going to be a vague memory. Okay, because there's going to be, look at Hurricane Sandy. Where is Uncle Sam now? Where was FEMA? They had a sign on the door the other day that said closed for rain. I'm not joking. Did you see that?
Yeah. Where are all those people that voted? Why? They must have been worried about the election. Now they're dealing with a big snowstorm up there.
Right. And where is the elected officials? Coming in to save the day now? Where is FEMA? And ladies and gentlemen, nobody's going to come for you. I just got done with a CERT training class that was, one of the things that was pointed out to me is there is a time lag before people come to help you. Regardless, response people have to start from where they're at and work their way out through a disaster. I'm a long way out.
And those people who are trying to help, they have to be protected too, just as well.
Absolutely. And, with all the changes that are going to take place in these next 4 years, it's going to make it really hard for those of us that just try to prepare our families, not trying to load up bullets so we can go out and blast our neighbor when the end of the world comes like a maniac. We want to help save our community, but I keep seeing visions of like Jericho. You remember that show, Jericho, that came on? And here's a whole town trying to protect themselves from everything from rogue governments to bandits, marauders, thieves, looters, druggies. And, I mean, we're going to face these things. And on top of it, you've had corrupt religious leaders for years telling you, feed my offering plate. Everything's fine, peace, peace, and we're just a few years away from sudden destruction.
Go about your day, sheep people.
Yeah.
Go about your day.
You know, I want to be a sheepdog. I want to get out there and wake the sheep up, because I used to be a sheep. I was a leader in a church, and when I saw all these things, I started looking at prophecy, and you start looking at, in the news, point after point, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is it. This is the beginning of the end. And I'm sorry, Kevin. Go ahead if you got some more points.
Oh, no. And, if anything, Obama being reelected shouldn't stop you from prepping. It should actually probably make you want to prep a whole lot more. It should, you see what's happening. The economy, the Dow Jones went down,
300 something points. It was horrible.
As soon as President Obama was reelected. I think gas was like, almost $2 at the end of Bush, and now we're $3?
Pushing 4 in some states.
Pushing 4 in some states. If that doesn't tell you something about the way Obama, he's promising us things, but I don't see them happening.
No, I feel like that no matter anything he says, I take it with, I don't even take it with a grain of salt. I'd rather have the grain of salt. And, I feel like we're abandoned at this point. I feel like government's going to take care of government, and the people have been hung out to dry.
Yeah.
And, with the 401k and the stock market and all that, I took mine out right before the election. I dumped every dollar except $4. And what did I put it to? Prepping to help save myself and my friend next to me, because that is what's essential to me. I don't care about retirement. My retirement's the new kingdom of heaven. Coming very soon to a world near you. And that's what's important to me, and we're going to need it now more than ever. That was probably one of the most golden decisions I've ever made. Not praising myself, but if you've done the same thing, that was an awesome decision, because after the Dow Jones day, we're day 2, what is this, day 2 or 3 of the new election. And I look to see another 300 points gone in 30 days. Minimum. I look to see the Dow tank in a heartbeat. And
like we say in the military, when the crap hits the fan, there's only a couple of people you can depend on. You can always depend on the person next to you. Well, you want to depend on the person next to you, and that person in that fighting hole with you. And that's what I'm looking for. This is why we got going on here, is we're a tight-knit group community. We got a community out here that we try to pass the word to, that I see it as if the crap hits the fan, our community needs to come together. But first, we're going to combine our resources together, and then we'll outreach to them. And that's what we're looking for.
Right. Yeah, I want to save my family and friends, because I don't have brothers and sisters. This man sitting next to me, this is my brother. That I don't look at bloodline. I look at my family and friends differently. I don't see strangers. I see a neighbor. Messiah said, a man asked once, the Messiah said, who's my neighbor? He said, that person in need. Now, go and be a neighbor to him, essentially. Not trying to short sell scripture, but just sum that up for you. And we want to see things get better, but you cannot count on your government no more. I'm not trying to be an anarchist or anything, but this is it, folks. The next 4 years, I assure you, you are on your own. Greece and Spain is coming your way, because what's going on with those folks, we're going to see a lot of that happen in our own country. Katrina and Sandy has taught me a lot about prepping. It's really opened my eyes to see how much our government, in good times, have left their people out to dry. Yeah. And when the 7 trumpets of Elohim pour down on this world, they're not coming.
Yeah, what happens when you pick up that phone and you can't call 911? You can't, nobody's going to come help you. You got to depend on the community, the person next to you.
Absolutely.
Well, that was a good little rant we got.
Yeah, and I guess what we're trying to promote to you through this video today is forget the government. They're not coming. That's point number 1. And point number 2 is form a mag, with people you trust and know. I'm not saying go out and form a militia. I'm saying reach out to your neighbor next door that is the brain surgeon that, might know how to sew somebody up and say, hey, I'll feed you. I got a big farm. Come be with me.
And don't get discouraged.
Yeah, and don't get discouraged. You can make it, okay? And you will survive this thing, okay? But we gotta trust in the Almighty above all. But we can lean on each other that we trust, and we will get through these years ahead. So hold your head up high. Remember, this flag behind us was paid and bought for with the blood of patriots. This country will go on. We will make it through this, and there are brighter days ahead.
Yep. And don't forget to check us out. Season 2, Doomsday Preppers.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Keep a lookout for us.
Yeah.
Spreading more information for you guys and the viewers.
And make sure to check out Kevin's channel, A Day After Prepper. We'll put the link right under here. And ladies and gentlemen, have a most blessed day in Yahushua's name.